Hello and welcome to the Main Cave. Now in today's video I'm going to take a look at this, the Redragon K719 Artemis Pro, a very popular keyboard for many reasons, all of which I'll go through with you today. So if you're new here, we make regular videos on gaming and technology for your smart home, so please do consider subscribing as we may make a video to make your life easier. I don't want you to miss out, so do hit subscribe, I would really appreciate it. So here it is then, the Redragon Artemis Pro, and in this video I'll be going through my thoughts on this, a 95 key full-size keyboard. But if you want to go to the sound test, it's an absolute beaut. I'll leave the timestamps in the description below. Right, let's get started off then with the most obvious thing, it's the price, and this comes in at $85 or just under £90 on their website. I'll leave links down below of where you can buy it. For me, it arrived nicely packaged, and in the box you get the keyboard itself, a white USB to 90-degree USB-C cable, a manual and some stickers, which is a nice touch, and then finally a keycap puller. Once out, the first thing I think you'll notice may be the reason you bought this particular version. It's the looks. It looks fantastic. So this is the Graffiti version, but there's also an anime version at the time of recording. Their marketing says that the keyboard is painted with the dual UV precision spray, which means it's resistant to wear and tear. I mean, look at it, it's so detailed, and I think it really sets this keyboard apart. So the only issue I can really see is you're probably stuck with most of the keycaps, as replacing them may stand out a bit. The keycaps are matte to touch and aren't shine through, which we'll touch on in the RGB section later. And as I said, it's a full-size layout with a row of F keys at the top. Now these F keys do have extra functionality, which is mentioned in the manual, but not on the keycaps themselves. So you will need to memorize them or constantly look in the manual until you remember them. And then there's a full number pad to the right and an LCD screen above that. On the left is the USB-C charging port along with the connection mode switch. On the right is where the dongle is, and if you aren't using it. And on the bottom are 4 rubber feet with multi-adjustment height, which also have rubber feet. Now normally I take this for granted, but I need to say this, these rubber feet are amazing. It's like they literally glued the board to the desk. Well, that's a small thing, but I love it. The whole board is 39 centimeters by 14 centimeters by 2 to 3 centimeters, which means it's smaller than your regular full-sized keyboard. So let's get connected then, either USB, dongle or Bluetooth. If you want the fastest, then it's wired, but for gaming I found the dongle to be good enough. And as for Bluetooth, well, I saved that for productivity. The switches then underneath the keycaps are nice, thick, lubed, custom linear, and can be swapped out if you have your own preference. But as is, they feel and they sound great. Now I've been using this on my PC, but it is compatible with the Mac if you need it to be. The way you switch it is using the screen and the knob, so let's take a look at that. So it's a small 1.41 inch LCD screen, but it's perfectly legible at that size. Use the knob next to it to control it, and it's very responsive, and the knob has a lovely feeling click to it. So click it in and you have the menu system to change the home screen, either time or a GIF. Next is the RGB effect, choose from 19 or off. Next is colour for a single RGB. Next is the brightness, 20% increments from 0 to 100. Speed next, which is that of the backlight. Next is the language, then Mac or PC. Time format, time set, and then a return. So the home screen, if you've set it to time, shows, well, the time. Then below that, what the system you have it connected to, followed by the connection mode, caps lock, num lock, and whether the Windows lock is active. However, all of these are shown in between the number pad and the keyboard with an RGB toggling it on or off. To the top right of the screen is the battery level with an actual number rather than just a green bar. Also, the date is there in the format that most of the world don't use. I won't hold it against it. The battery on this is 4000 mAh, and while I haven't done any scientific tests yet, it has lasted me days, but I'm guessing if you have the RGB off, it will last much longer. The board itself feels premium, and this has helped having 5 layers of sound dampening. So it's probably best we do a sound test now. Have a listen to this. Okay, so what about software then? Well, you can download it. Just go to the website product page and download it from there. It is Windows only though at the time of recording. Once fired up, you can save multiple profiles in the software. Below that, you can change the lights, the buttons, macros and other settings, which include turning off Windows lock, exchange key and N key. But at the bottom of the screen, you can turn down the report rate. I'm not sure you should be, but it should be defaulted at 1000 Hz. Keep it at that. Finally, you can change the screen by drawing pics or GIFs if you want to. It's up to you. I haven't done that. Once done, save it to the board. So how does it feel then? Well, for the first few weeks I've been using this board, I think it's a great option for someone who wants a competent, nice feeling, extremely nice looking board. The main positives are that it looks and feels that of a full-size board without being overly big. If I had to pick on one thing, it's that it is very similar to many other boards in terms of the screen and the functions, but really, that's not too much of an issue for me. When gaming, it performed as expected, very competent, hitting all the right notes as I played. For productivity, you can be a little bit more forgiving. It's a nice typing experience, help with that gasket we mentioned earlier. So if you're after a mid-priced, well-spec'd board and you love this style, this could be the one for you. As I said, I'll leave links down below in the description if you want to pick one up. Till the next video, please do like and subscribe. Bye bye.